My friend found this while diving in the sea near Minden, a city in Germany. It's dirty white in color with FB Minden on one side and 084647 on the other. It has a radius of about 3 centimeters. I'm not sure of the material, but it's hard and produces a ringing sound when struck with a pointed object. Anyone know what this is? FB Minden might stand for Feuerbestattung Minden, Minden crematory. I think my friend might have come across a Shamat marker from a crematory, used to track the identity of a body as it was turned to ashes and then buried at sea. In most countries, including Germany, you can't just bury a body wherever you want. Just like in the US, you can't bury a body in your backyard. Ashes are handled differently, though. The funeral home manages the process, and even ashes must be buried in a designated area within a cemetery. Believe it or not, these are the laws in Germany. It's a tall, somewhat deep cylindrical structure with a drain in the women's bathroom at a ski resort. The bathroom is old, and I don't think it has any water running to or from it. The structure seems to be made of concrete or a similar material. What is this large, round, well-like object? It's a sink for washing your hands. Stepping on the bar around the bottom would turn the water on. There would have been a circular faucet in the center where the PVC pipe is now. While fishing on a river in western Germany, my friend accidentally spotted a round, metallic-looking object halfway stuck in the ground. He was afraid to get closer, thinking it might be an explosive, so he called the police. In the following days, professionals inspected it, but the police haven't shared any more information about the object. They cleared the area and sent him away. It seems like the object was washed out of the mud after some heavy rains. Any idea what it could be? It looks like a wheel cap from a Trabant, but given that the bomb squad treated it like a teller mine, I believe it could be a possible anti-armor or tank mine. It appears to be in good condition and doesn't have a fuse or a place for one. The lack of rust suggests it's made of concrete or some non-ferrous metal. It closely resembles a US-produced training mine, except it isn't painted or marked as inert. I found these in a bin in my backyard while cleaning up. They are metal and round on one side, approximately 2 inches in diameter and 4 inches long. On the flat side, there are 6 circles. The previous homeowner never cleaned out the backyard, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. A few days ago, we had bushes and trees cleared, and this was out there the whole time. He also collected a lot of street signs, and probably even more items I haven't discovered yet. We even found a bicycle in the bushes. I believe he did some kind of maintenance or labor work for the city or county. The objects are a bit rusted since they've been outside for over 2 years. Someone suggested they might be a grenade or an M60. Any idea what they could be? These are Mk-19 inert rounds composed of aluminum. Blue indicates inert. The nomenclature is M385A1. This practice cartridge is fired from 40mm grenade launcher, M75 and 40mm grenade machine gun, Mark 19 Mod 3. The cartridge is designed only for practice or for proof testing weapons. Not authorized for use in M129 grenade launcher. This cartridge is a fixed round of ammunition. It differs from the M385 cartridge in that the ogive matches the shape of the M430 projectile ogive. It consists of a one-piece solid inert aluminum projectile body together with a metal rotating band which is press-fitted into an aluminum bichambered cartridge. The case contains the propelling charge and percussion primer. During my travels, I came across this while hiking in Djurholmamassen in southern Sweden. Every 2 to 5 minutes, this tower releases a white powder into the stream at varying intervals and quantities. I estimate it's always several kilos. The powder comes out through a white nozzle below the tower and falls directly into the water, but some of it gets blown away by the wind, almost resembling smoke. The water behind the tower looks very foamy, stretching for at least 2 kilometers, though I'm unsure if this is caused by the powder or is a natural phenomenon. I've tried searching online and used Google Lens to identify the tower, but so far, I haven't had any luck. There's no helpful signage on the tower itself. Any idea what it could be? It could be lime. Where I go in Sweden, the lakes and rivers are very acidic, and the local gov dumps lime in the lakes to raise the pH level. The Atran River, tumbling lazily into the North Sea, was so vinegary from acid rain 10 years ago that its famous salmon were nearly gone. But experts since have treated the Atran with heavy doses of lime, and Swedish environmentalists have declared the river cured. Salmon are back in greater numbers than ever. The use of large amounts of lime also is proving successful in other areas of Sweden. Sadly, where I live, the water in Flint, Michigan became contaminated with lead after the water company switched to a cheaper, more acidic water source. The combination of acidic water and lead pipes resulted in lead poisoning. When the switch was made to the Flint River, which has higher chloride levels than the previous water source, a local engineering firm gave a report to the emergency manager appointed to Flint that basically said the extra chemicals needed to treat the water weren't necessary. State employees that were in charge of water treatment knew this was bullshit, but the emergency manager and governor basically told them to piss up a rope. This improperly treated water caused the scale on the pipes to break free, which exposed the previously unexposed lead pipes. Lead leached from there and continued to do so after the water source was switched back. This is why all the pipes had to be replaced. Those involved with the bullshit report stating that the chloride didn't need to be treated tried to deny the report ever existed, but a journalist dug it up. Flint politics are still wild. There are still unreplaced pipes. People were murdered over this when they tried to speak up for themselves. There were some slap-on-the-wrist fines, but never any criminal convictions for those responsible. There are incredibly kind and good-hearted people that live here, and it's tragic. I live in a house built in 1890, and there's a manhole cover in the backyard. I initially thought it was a well, and maybe it still is, but when I opened it, it seems more like a large cistern. There's about 2 to 3 feet of water at the bottom, with some tree roots growing into it. What really confuses me is the curved wall inside. Was it intended to separate the water into 2 different supplies or something? Would this well have been deep enough to supply groundwater? It's made of cement all the way around, about 15 feet deep and 15 feet wide. How did water get in there? Would it just seep in from the surrounding area, or was there another method? I've already looked into historic cisterns, but haven't found any with this type of curved wall. That's the main thing I'm puzzled by, along with how the water regularly enters, besides possibly seeping through the holes where the roots have entered. Any ideas?